Okay, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to initiate a transaction from command into DocuSign and then how to add documents in DocuSign that you need. So we'll start by going to agent.kw.com, which will bring you to command. From here, we're going to go to opportunities. And this is assuming that you've already added the client into opportunities, since we should have already done that if the client's ready to make an offer. So assuming it's a client who's ready to make an offer, they are likely, assuming again that you're a buyer agent, they're likely going to be in the buyer pipeline as an active client because they're probably out seeing properties if they're ready to make an offer. So we're going to click on the active stage, which will bring us here, and then we're just going to find them within the active stage, most likely under the showing phase. I'm going to use this one. So we'll click on the client or the client's opportunity, and that's going to open up the opportunity. And here's the details. And to initiate an offer, we're going to go to the Documents tab. And once we're in the Documents tab, this is what you're going to see. First thing we want to do is come over here to Checklist Type. We want to assign a checklist of documents to this opportunity. So for most of you, if you're a buyer agent and you're licensed only in Massachusetts, you're almost always going to click on Mass Residential Buyer. And what that's going to do is it's going to assign a checklist of documents to this opportunity so that you'll know what documents you need to include in the opportunity within command. So this is just kind of your guide, so you can keep track of what documents you have in here. So we've assigned Mass Residential Buyer as the checklist for this opportunity, and now we're ready to start a transaction over here. So we're going to click this, and we're going to choose DocuSign. Now it's going to ask you who the buyer agent is, which most likely is going to be you. I'm going to choose myself, and then we're going to press Confirm and Sync. Once this loads, it's going to bring us over into DocuSign. So if you're not already signed into DocuSign and if you haven't already saved all your login information, and you're going to need to know that because it will ask you to log in. But once you've logged in, it's going to bring you to the room within DocuSign that's associated with the client who wants to make the offer. And you'll be in the Documents tab here, and you're ready to add your documents. So we'll go over here to Add, and then we'll choose DocuSign Forms. And then we're going to drop this first menu down and choose DocuSign Forms Group. And then we're going to drop this menu down, and we're going to choose the group of documents we want to select from, which the first one you can select from will be Mass Buyer Client Consultation Forms. And then you're going to just choose the documents you need. So in most cases, those documents are going to be the escrow wire policy, the financial privacy consent form, the mass mandatory, the exclusive buyer agency agreement, and the facts for consumers. So that's it for this group. We will need to add documents from another group in a second, but for now, for this group, those are all the documents we need. So we're going to click Add. Now those documents will show up in our room. So now we've added the documents from that group. We need to go back to Add. We're going to click Add again because there's additional documents we need. DocuSign Forms. Again, we're going to drop this first menu down and choose DocuSign Forms Group. And now we're going to drop this menu down and we're going to choose Mass Buyer Client under Contract Forms, because there's more forms from this list that we need to grab. So we're going to choose the COVID-19 rider, the contract to purchase real estate, the integrated disclosure addendum. Now, if you're working with an agent, so if you're the buyer agent and the listing agent on the property you're making the offer on is from Keller Williams North Central, you will need this notice of designated agency as well. But for most transactions in this buyer client under contract forms group, you're just going to select COVID-19 rider, contract to purchase real estate, and integrated disclosure addendum. Once those three are selected from this group, you can click add. And now those forms will go into the Documents tab. And that is how you initiate a transaction and add documents to DocuSign.